Together we will rebuild the economy and secure Australia's future. I commend this bill to the House.
If there was a great political success on Budget Night 2020, it was in creating a sense of optimism and action amid the worst economic crisis in 100 years. The government is putting its faith and its budget behind business to get the economy bouncing back. But beyond the debates about growth forecasts in 2 years' time and the arrival of vaccines, there is a much more brutal reality in the budget strategy. There may be $34 billion of new business tax concessions and a new $4 billion wage subsidy, but the economy will still be facing the withdrawal over the next 5 months of the much larger JobKeeper wage subsidy. And the clear message from last night for those businesses that have been holding on thanks to JobKeeper is that they have to succumb to the inevitable if there is now no hope in sight for their business. What's your estimate of the number of zombie businesses that will be created, and what's your message for those people who look at last night's budget and say there's nothing new and we've got to now close?
Our new insolvency processes will be ones that those businesses go through, and we're hoping that many of them will continue to survive, but not every business will. That is the harsh reality of the crisis we face. It
turns out that some businesses are more equal than others in the post-COVID world, and officials and government figures are privately blunt that some businesses, like the coffee shops and restaurants that live and die on the back of bustling CBDs, are simply beyond the help of the government. It's unfortunate that the sectors hardest hit by the economic crisis are the very ones that get the least help from last night's budget: arts and hospitality. There may now be new wage subsidies, but they are designed to help a specific group of workers, young people who have been on unemployment benefits, not on JobKeeper. In fact, the new subsidy has integrity measures to ensure employers don't just sack the workers they currently have on JobKeeper and rehire them at a lower minimum wage rate.
The double barrel test is that based on the numbers as of the end of September, the headcount has to be higher and the payroll needs to be higher. And so that is the integrity test that is designed to support additional people coming on to that business.
That is, yes, you could indeed hire 2 younger, cheaper workers, but it would be pretty difficult to just transfer existing workers from one subsidy to the other. So your existing workers are purely and simply out in the cold, which in itself highlights once again how many people remain left out in the cold, as they have been since March. All those long-standing workers who came here on temporary work visas, along with others including refugees and international students. 1 million of them.
160,000 people will join the unemployment queue between now and Christmas. And then once again, just as we saw with previous government measures, people being left behind, there'll be more people left behind or held back by the budget.
However, the government would like us instead to focus on the fact that those of us who are lucky enough to have a job will soon get tax cuts. Well, sort of soon.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I present the Treasury Laws Amendment, a tax plan for the COVID-19 Economic Recovery Bill.
Last night, it seemed even to some government ministers that we were all due to get a lump of cash for tax cuts backdated to July 1, and then weekly prospective tax cuts.
We've got to do it the other way around.
The government was forced to clarify today that no, that can't happen. Yes, we will get our prospective tax cuts just as soon as the laws are passed by the Parliament in the next few weeks. But we will all have to wait until we put our tax returns in at the end of the financial year to get the backdated tax payment. There are those who might think it's convenient to deliver a bundle of cash in the middle of next year on top of a prayed-for economic bounce back on which the coalition could go to the polls. But it turns out it was just a message that went wrong somewhere, like so many other things that have gone wrong this year.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.